Guys, meet Mary Minnow. She's a hardworking home health aide, an immigrant from Ghana, raised 2 children who both graduated from college, and she has a problem. About 2 months ago, nearly $1,000 was taken from her bank account. Thinking she'd been the victim of identity theft, or maybe something worse, she contacted us. The first clue was a letter that she received from the bank about a Citibank account that they said was the source of the money garnishment.
Did you ever have a Citibank card?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember,
no,
or
I
you're
don't.
sure you didn't?
No.
Mary said that she stopped using credit cards about 7 years ago amid fears of identity theft, like a lot of other Americans have, and she does everything with checks, cash, or money order. So to find out more, I hit the phones.
And I'm calling in regards to a garnishment that occurred on someone's bank account that we believe may be in error.
Mary's bank had said the actual garnishment, the taking of funds from her account, had been done by John Walling, a special civil part court officer who works in Middlesex County.
I have an order signed by a Superior Court judge stating that there was a debt of $851.19. I can tell you this debt goes back to 2011 or earlier.
The order for the garnishment came through Midland Funding, LLC, which is a San Diego-based company that buys up old debt of consumers, sometimes for pennies on the dollar, and then gets lawyers to file action in state courts to collect the debt. Now, we wanted to find out more, so we asked for some recommendations from Walling's office.
In most cases, it's old credit card or medical that wasn't covered by insurance.
The court officer's assistant told us that the judgment had been filed by Pressler & Pressler, which is a law firm in Parsippany, on behalf of Midland Funding, so that was the next person that we got on the phone with.
A Midland Funding account, press 2.
There we go.
Now, the firm's chief operating officer, Dave Warshaw, did not want to get on the phone with me because I'm a member of the press.
But I'm not going to have a conversation with you on the phone.
Why? I'm helping her out.
Anything else I can do for you?
She gives her consent for this stuff.
Right, but you're from a media outlet, and I'm not going to have a conversation with a media outlet on the phone.
But he did talk to Mary and told her that she could file an appeal with the company, letting them know if the money had been taken in error.
And you're telling me Citibank, I don't owe any Citibank money.
Now, through it all, we weren't able to find any actual piece of information, any record that shows when, where, and how Mary allegedly racked up this debt. And Pressler & Pressler has had its own troubles too. In April, it was fined $1 million as part of a settlement for having non-lawyer employees work on these debt cases and file them in court. If the company can't provide the documentation that she actually incurred this debt, how do we know for sure? Now, we reached out to Midland Funding for comment. They said they didn't wish to take part in our story. And I sent a long fax full of questions to Pressler & Pressler. They similarly said they didn't want to comment.
It's something strange.
Yeah.
There's a whole strange thing around everything.
Mm-hmm.
The problem here is that when you're working in the debt collection space, not everybody's going to have an Alex Zidane to go in and look at these numbers and make the phone calls for you. Some of these people are in dire straits and they don't have the funds to pay their bills, let alone pay somebody else to figure out why their money was taken. A lot of these people just take the loss and walk away, and that's why it's such a shady business.
And truthfully, I give her credit for reaching out, because a lot of people see legal paperwork and they get nervous, they get scared, they think, oh my God, I did something wrong, this must be right. So they sign off and pay immediately without even researching it.
And Rohan, you made a real good point about people not finding it. We're going to look into that more tomorrow. Up to 90% of people simply ignore these claims, and the companies win by default judgment. We'll see what happens.